Okay guys, I think we have already done with the petty cash and some. Show you first what we have done. I think yeah, absolutely right. So I think we have done with the cash, then we did some merit and demerits and purpose of petty cash and so on like that. Now so today we have to be in discussion with the concept that is payroll, and a very important and very this is very important concept. So here I think we are here, yes, payroll. So we'll discuss payroll in a very detail, but not that much detail, because we are just to scale the types of payroll, and then we'll discuss some methods through which the employee maybe paid their wages in several ways. So, and in the last we will do some MCQs. Clear? Okay guys, let's start from here. Let me first do it my way, and then we'll go for the book stop. Clear? Okay, here first you have to know that what is payroll. Payroll. So payroll is actually the process of managing, I think yeah, I'm writing here, managing employee compensation, like it may be including wages, salaries, deduction. If there's any deduction, then you have to deduct that amount, and bonuses. So payroll is actually the process through which you manage the employee compensation, like wages, salary, and deduction and bonuses. Clear? For example, let's say ABC company payroll department calculates and disperse the employee salary every month. Okay, so that is the process of payroll. Now we have here the types of payroll that okay, yeah. Now we'll discuss types of payrolls here. Types of payroll. Clear? So we have two types. The one is, we call it weekly payroll. The second one is monthly payroll, which is very normal. Okay, so in weekly payroll, employees are paid on a weekly basis, typically on the same day each week. So this is actually weekly basis payment. While on the other hand, if you see here monthly, then it will be as the name indicates, it should be paid once a month. So now this is paid once a month. Clear? So for example, let's say we have like XYZ retail hourly worker receive their wages every Friday for our work during the week. If you see here in the monthly payroll system, then let's say we have employees of, let's say that is XYZ company corporation receive their salary on the last working day of each month. It may be 21, 30th, or 31, I think 30 years. Now let's discuss about the process. What is the process of payroll? Okay, here. Okay, fine. I think here. Okay, now we have the payroll process. Payroll process. Okay, and this first you have wages calculation. which means that you will determining the employee compensation based on the hour worked, salary agreement, and any additional factors. Okay, and then you have, let's say for example, if you see here, let's say Mr. Ahmad, the monthly salary is calculated by multiplying hourly work here, hourly work by the number of hour work. Oh no, this is hourly rate. Yes, this is hourly rate multiplied with the number of hour work. So then you will calculate wages calculation. Then you have deduction. Yeah, here deduction. And deduction, by deduction I means that subtracting like taxes, benefit, contribution. Let me write here like taxes, benefits. You have to deduct all these top, benefit, contribution, and then you may also deduct other deduction from the implied gross pay. And the third one, which is in the process of payroll, is the payment disbursement. Payment disbursement. Clear? And after deducting, you are distributing the net pay amount. This is just about distributing the net pay to the employee, and there's a various method that we will discuss. Okay, maybe through bank, maybe through cash. There are a lot of methods. So these are just the payroll process. That first you have to calculate the wages, and then after that you deduct the amount which you need to be deducted, and then payment disbursement to the employee. So this is actually the payroll process. And summary, and in a nutshell, I will say like that: payroll encompasses managing employee compensation, including wages and deduction. It can be a weekly or monthly, with a calculation based on the hour worked or a fixed salary. Deduction like taxes, benefit, contribution that we have discussed are subtracted, and net pay is dispersed to the employee through different payment method. Okay, now let's move to the actual stuff which is given in your book. Okay, and then we'll do some MCQs after that, so I think you will be more clear about the concept that what does payroll means and how the examiner will test your knowledge regarding that this topic. So payroll, you see here, many businesses, you see here, this is a payroll. Okay, many businesses have employees. Okay, this is a business. Let's say this is a business, and this business there is employees. Clear? Who are paid by employer, and these employees are paid by the employer who is the owner of this business. So these employers will pay to these employees for the work they do. So whatever they do, then the services they provide to the employer, to the business, and the business will pay to them. Clear? So most employer will have set day on which employee should be paid. So there are some, they have fixed a day that, okay, I will pay monthly or maybe weekly, maybe on each Friday, maybe on each Saturday, and whatever the day they have selected, they have said, then they will pay the amount to the employee. Clear? And it is the payroll department responsible to ensure that wages are paid on the correct due date. So who will be responsible for this the payment, for the payment to the employee? So the payroll department are responsible for the payment to the employee. The employee who work for the businesses and the employer will pay and return of those services provided by the employee. Clear? Now you have two types that we have discussed, that we have two types. The first one I had told you that was a weekly paid employee. Some are weekly paid employee means that at least once a week you have the employer have to pay to the employees, normally the same day each week. So it may be Friday, maybe like Thursday. You see here Thursday, Friday, whatever the employee choose to pay for to the employee. Commonly fair day with either Thursday, Friday, and the working week is from Monday to Friday. Now the second one you have monthly. This is the first type that we call is weekly paid employee. These okay, the payment to those employees who are weekly paid employees will be made once a week, and the day maybe Thursday, Friday, whatever the employee choose. Now the second type is monthly paid employee, and by this we means that the employee should be paid once a month, and there will be a formula for determining the pay day. For example, this may be last day of the calendar month. That usually happen in Pakistan. Most of the employees get their money on the last day of the calendar month. Maybe this is 31st, maybe 30 or 21. Okay, now the last Thursday or Friday of the calendar month, okay, it's fine. Maybe Thursday or Friday. If is the last, let's say the date is 25, okay, and this is the last Friday of this month, then the employee will be paid on this month, this day 25, and maybe it's 28 is the end of the month, so the employee should be paid on this day 25. The same day each month mean every day of maybe same day each month. It means that let's say this is the first May, so every employee each month on the 1st May, every employee should be paid on the 1st May. So that will be the same day each month. Okay, and such is the 26th or maybe 28, maybe 29. Now let's move on. We have another concept that we call as employee may be paid their wages in several ways. So the first the employee do some work for the business, then employer whose owner or the who's running the business will pay to those these employees will be paid by the employer. Clear? And there's a specific day, maybe the last day of the calendar month, last Thursday or Friday of the calendar month, or the same day each month. Now, on what are the ways through which these employees should be paid? So there's 4 ways which is mentioned here. The first one is it may be paid in cash, that the employee will get a cash from the employer, or through check. The employer will just write a check to the employees for paying in return of these services, or by bank transfer. Mostly the government servant are getting their money through bank, because the government transfer money to the employee through the bank. Okay, so and there's another method that we call is the bank automated clearance system. This is another method. So we have 4 methods through which the employer paid the amount to the employee. Clear? Now let's move on. The payroll department also make payment to outside agencies such as tax and social service authority and pension. Clear? So this is actually the concept we have done. First we have done that employee payment schedule, that there may be weekly paid implies, monthly paid implies. Weekly paid implies means that employee paid weekly, usually on the same date each week, such as Thursday, Friday. Monthly paid implies paid once a month with a pay day determined by the formula last day of the month, last Thursday, Friday, or a specific day like the 26th. Then we have discussed the method of wages payment. So there's maybe cash payment. By cash we mean that payment in physical currency like notes and coins. Then we have discussed through check. By check we mean that payment through a written order instructing a bank to pay a specific sum. And then bank transfer, payment directly deposited into the implied bank account, and then bank automated clearing system, automated payment system for transferring funds electronically. Now we also discussed that this is the responsibility, the payroll department responsibility to make the payment. So making wages payment, ensuring employees are paid accurately and on time. Okay, handling external payment, so processing payment to outside agency like tax authorities, social services, and pension scheme. So in nutshell, I'll say that implies pay implies weekly or monthly with the payroll department ensuring timely payment. Employee may receive wages in cash, by check, bank transfer, or through BACS, okay, through bank automatic clearing system. Then we have also discussed about that the payroll department is responsible, and payroll department also manage payment to external agency including taxes and pension scheme. Clear? Now let's move on. We have the MCQs, so we'll do all MCQs one by one. Here you see, which of the following terms should be classified? Which of the following term would be used to classify payment for electricity to heat the business premises of a firm of a plumber? So you have four options: expenses, purchase, receipt, and sale. So this will be your expense because paying for electricity is part of the provision of service rather than a purchase of goods. So it will be your expense. Clear? Then let's move on. Which of the following which of the following would be paid for petty cash? So if you see here, the option B, pocket up envelopes that look at local stores. We have already discussed, and there was I have recorded one lecture before, and that was lecture number 3. You have to watch it for petty cash. So car repair on a business owner, private vehicle, no, this is not option. Big pack pocket up envelope at a local store, this is your you paid through petty cash. Then in the last you have another MCQs. Let me show you here. Which of the following transactions are associated with payroll? And we have already discussed this in a very detail. So the option if you see here, associated with the payroll, so taxes on implied income, pension scheme payment, wages, are associated with the payroll. Clear? Okay guys, now let's move on. We have to do some more MCQ. This is just activity, and okay, here, okay, let me view, okay, here a little bit, so it will be more clear for you guys. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, now you see here multiple choice question. What does the term payroll refer to? And as we have discussed in the at the very beginning of this lecture, that payroll involves the process of managing employee compensation, including wages, salaries, deduction, and bonuses. So the option B, calculating the employee's compensation, is the correct one. Clear? Now let's move on. Okay, here, which of the following is example of weekly payroll? Weekly payroll means that you have to pay once a week, an hourly worker being paid Friday for the hour worked during the week. So this is the correct option, that is option B. Weekly payroll involved implies being paid on a weekly basis, typically on the same day. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here I think we have done 2 MCQ. Let's move on to the third one, that is what is deducted. What is deducted from employee gross pay during the payroll process? So income taxes, health insurance premium, retirement contribution, all these stuff you have to deduct from the the gross salary of the employee. So income tax, health insurance premium, retirement contribution. So deductions such as income tax, health insurance premium, retirement contribution are subtracted from employee gross pay to determine their net pay. Clear? I think we, oh my god. Okay, here. Now the MCQs number 4. Where, how is net pay dispersed to employee during the payroll process? So we have discussed that maybe through direct deposit into employee bank account or by distributing physical check to the employee. So these are the method through which you have to disperse the amount to the employee for their services. Then in the last you have MCQs number 5, PEP. The PEP MCQs we have the 5 number MCQs number 5, which the following statement best describe the monthly payroll process. Okay, we have discussed this. Which of the following statement best describe the monthly payroll process? Employees are paid once a month. Like weekly, we have to pay on week basis. While in monthly, the name indicate, the word indicate, monthly means you have to pay once a month, usually a specific date, or based on a formula. So monthly payroll involves employee are being paid once a month, typically on the last working day of the month or based on the predetermined formula. So we have done, I think we have done this concept, and now I think up to date, once you finish this lecture, then okay, we'll do the we'll discuss the remaining topic in the next lecture. Thank you for watching.